And thank you for coming. This is the 7th year and the 6th production of Catholic Playhouse. We are today, as in past years, we're raising money for a charitable organization. This year will be St. Vincent de Paul of Shelby County. And in between sets of the junior troops, we'll hear a little bit more about that. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Lorelei and Corey Clary to begin things with the junior troop.
The Swallows and Other Birds, an Aesop fable. Swallows are wise birds. They fly high. They swoop down on insects in the air, feeding as they fly. They stay far out of the reach of cats and foxes, and they never stay to starve through the freezing winters. They know about surviving in a world full of danger. One day, as they soared, snapping up flies, the swallows saw something that made them curious. They saw a farmer sowing seeds. With small birds pecking about for food. The swallows flew down to perch on a fence post. But when they saw what the farmer was sowing, they spread out their wings and cried out a warning.
Bird, bird, you must pick up every single seed. If it grows, it will destroy you.
The birds took no notice. They were enjoying their feast. So the swallows tried again.
Bird, listen to us. You must pick up every single seed, or we'll kill you.
The birds simply looked at each other.
What did they know about the seed? They don't know.
The swallows cleared away all the hemp they could, but most of it stayed in the field, where it grew and grew. When the hemp was fully grown, it was tall, thick, and strong. The farmer cut it. And made it into a rope.
What did the farmer need a rope for?
For tethering animals, for tying bales of hay to carts, and for making nets to spread across his fields and trap the small birds as soon as they come to peck at his crops. The field birds were trapped. They flapped and struggled with all of their might, but could not escape. The swallows were distressed, but could do nothing.
Birds, why didn't you listen to us? We only told you how to destroy you. If only you thought you had a chance. Moral. Destroy the seeds of evil before they grow and destroy you. The end.
Here, Mrs. Claire's gonna put your stuff.
Thank you all for coming. It's so nice to see all of you. We are here to give donations and support St. Vincent de Paul Society of Shelby County, and they have a great story. They started out in February, and they've already served 150 people almost. But the funny thing about it, Jim might not think it's funny, he's the president, he's here. They started out in Jim Carrier's silo. So he gave a silo to put all of the donations in. They now have a storage thing, so you don't have to worry about that. But St. Vincent de Paul Society has a great need here. They've hit the ground running. Like I said, they've served about 150 clients already, but there's still a lot of need here. So you guys coming to support them really helps. You might not know, but food stamps does not cover personal toiletry items like toothpaste, toothbrush. They also cannot buy dish soap. And so the St. Vincent de Paul Society provides a lot of that stuff that people just cannot get, along with furniture and appliances. The other unique thing about the St. Vincent de Paul Society, and some of you might know this, is they go and meet with the clients one-on-one. It's a personal encounter. And they offer to pray with those people if they accept, and they really try to find out what they really need. Not what they think they need, but what they really need that will help them and hopefully jumpstart them to be successful in their life. So again, just thank you for coming. If you have any, we do have donation boxes out there in the hall. If you have bigger donations such as furniture or a car or something, or if someone does, Jim Carrier's in the back, and you can talk to him after the play. But thank you for coming to support this.
A Soup Opera, story and music by Jim Gill. A group of guests walked into one of the finest restaurants in the city and were seated at the very best table. Soon, a waiter appeared with a menu.
We don't need a menu. We don't need a menu. Just how it's going to do today. Just specialty. Onion soup. Onion soup sounds delicious. We'll take a bowl.
The waiter promptly returned with a big bowl of the onion soup. He set the bowl down in front of the group, turned, began to walk away, but was stopped. The waiter turned back, lifted his arms, and sang, "What did you say?" The waiter scratched his head, thought for a moment, and said,
I'll have to get the chef.
The chef hurried in with a ladle and sang, "What seems to be the problem here?" What did The chef slapped the ladle in her palm, thought for a moment, and said,
I'll have to get the push.
Police officers strolled in wearing big badges. They sang, The policemen stroked their chins, thought for a moment, and said,
I'll have to get the bear.
The mayor stomped in, waved his big pen in the air, and sang,
What is blah, 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 blah.
"We
And eat the sun. What did you say? We can't eat the sun.
The mayor thought for a moment, pointed a finger in the air, and said,
I'll have to get the president and vice president.
and then the president and vice president of the United States walked into the restaurant. They sang, "What seems to be the problem here?"
We can't eat the sun.
What did you say?
for the main production by Chadwick Playhouse, Alice in Wonderland, adapted by Carolyn Schultz Miller, directed by Meg Bauer and Annie Byers.
Now, where in the world has she got to?
Once upon a time, Lewis Carroll.
How do you do? 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 A little girl named Alice. Alice? Alice? Oh dear, we're really quite late. Have you seen a little girl about this tall in a blue dress? Over there? Over where? There? There? Wait, there. Alice, you must come out this instant. Well, good heavens, how many Alices do we have here? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm afraid that it's too many Alices to begin with. We'll start with just one.
So all the Alices sat down and wait their turn.
Oh my stars, Alice, aren't you ashamed of yourself?
I'm sorry for hiding, Mr. Carroll, but I wanted to go out and play.
Now we mustn't lose a bit of time here. Sit.
Beg your pardon, Mr. Carroll, but just what are we late for? Mr. Carroll was always yammering about and sometimes even he couldn't tell what was real.
And what are you made of? I'm not sure, but I know it mustn't be late.
Must I sit here now? We're there to play.
Sit.
He wasn't making up stories.
He was taking pictures with his newfangled camera. It was a great hobby of his. Now say cheese. And move your leg to the right. The other leg. No, did I say that leg? I meant the other leg. Now put your hand behind your back. The other hand. Now put your finger on your nose. And put your other hand on your head, actually. And cross your legs.
Oh, fiddlesticks. I wish you'd tell me a story instead. Remember the one about the white rabbit?
And the cat that disappeared?
Yes, and the caterpillar and the queen?
Off with her head.
Yes, she said that all the time. But I remember it was all over. I couldn't decide if you told me the story or if I dreamed it. It was all so real.
And what was that place called?
Wonderland.
Wonderland. Do you think you could post me if I told you about Wonderland?
I think so. Then I'm getting embarrassed.
Just relax, Alice.
So sweet.
Mustn't be late. Mustn't be late. If I'm going to tell you a story, we must sing a little song. Shall I sing you one?
Yes, that would be nice.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, Do you know that one? Yes. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder where you're at. Up above the world you fly.
Oh, that's not all I remember it.
Go on, Alice.
Like a tea tray in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder where you're at.
Mustn't be late. Mustn't be late.
Mustn't be late. Mustn't be late.
Late.
Why not? It's my bunny. I think I'm wrong.
Mustn't be late.
Why look? Oh, my ears and whiskers! He's gone into his rabbit hole.
Oh, Alice, don't do it.
Whoa! Whoa!
Alice fell so long. It seemed like years. At last, Alice hit the bottom. Boink.
Who are you?
That's not a very polite way of introducing yourself. What are you doing in my rabbit hole? I suppose you're going to say you fell from the sky?
Oh no, as a matter of fact, I remember chasing a bunny. He was running and saying,
Oh, my ears and whiskers!
yes, and he had a pocket watch.
Like this one?
Yes, and he kept saying,
Oh dear, I shall be too late. Well, goodbye.
I'm sure you mean hello. I only just got here.
Bye, hello.
I wish you made up your mind.
No time for that now. I'm going to be late.
Late for what?
Difficult to say. Very difficult to say.
But if you don't know what you're going to be late for,
No time for that now. Hello!
wait! He's gone. How very strange.
Alice found herself in a long, low hall.
Which was lit up by a row of lamps. And a long, washy town. Doors! I guess I was home. Always open one end. Locked. Oh dear, how will I ever get back home? Suddenly she came upon a little three-legged table made of glass. There is nothing on it but a tiny golden key. Alice noticed the door about 2 inches high. The key fits.
But it was no bigger than a mouse hole.
But who could ever fit in there? But look, that is the loveliest girl I've ever seen. Oh, I wish I could fit in there. Well, let me see. Maybe my head would fit. It's no use. Even if my head would fit, it would be no use without my shoulders. I remember that being there before. The label says, "Thank me." Well,
Might be.
it doesn't say poison, so it must be safe. It tastes like cherries.
And pineapple.
And roast turkey and toffee. But what a curious feeling! And Alice began to get smaller and smaller and smaller. Look how tiny my hand has become, and my tiny little feet. What if this just goes on and on, shrink away to nothing? But Alice did stop shrieking. Phew, now I can fit through the door. Look, I'm smaller than that mushroom. Maybe it's a magic mushroom. Oh!
Who are you?
I don't know, Mr. Caterpillar.
What do you mean you don't know? Explain yourself.
I'm afraid I can't, sir. See, sir?
I don't see.
Well, I can't seem to stay in the same size for more than 10 minutes at a time.
What size do you want to be?
A little larger. 3 inches is a horrible height to be.
It is a very good height to be. I'm exactly 3
Close your eyes so fast. When she looked down, her head was above the trees. Oh, I can't see my feet at all. What do you know what had happened?
A large pigeon has grown into her face.
Look, Mama, it's a great big ball. That's not good. That's a stupid. Mama, that's calling me names. I am not. Quickly, children, get behind me. Grab a tail feather. Now let's go for her. Serpent. I'm not a serpent. Serpent, I say. You're after my hatchlings and my eggs. I know you, serpents. That's telling her, Mama. Better watch out, you serpent. Yeah, don't mess with Mama. But I'm not a serpent. Sorry if I've annoyed you. I build my nest in the highest tree I can find. And what happens? Another one comes wriggling down from the sky. I'm serpent. But I'm not. I'm a little girl. A likely story, indeed. I've seen a good many little girls in my time, and never one with a neck as long as that. No use denying it. I suppose you'll be telling me that you don't eat eggs. I do eat eggs, of course, but little girls eat eggs just as much as serpents do. I don't believe it. At any rate, you are looking for eggs. I know that well enough. So what difference does it make if you're a little girl or a serpent? She's trying to make something up. No, I'm not. I'm a little girl. And if I was looking for eggs, I wouldn't like yours. I don't like them raw. Well, be off then! That's on the Mama. Yeah, and don't come back. Stay behind me, children. No playing in the clouds. Tail feathers, tail feathers!
Oh dear, I've never had so much trouble getting along with people before. I must get back to my right size. There now, that's about right. Now, if only I could find that pretty little garden.
Meow.
Oh, a kitty!
Meow.
Oh, excuse me, you startled me there. Why are you grinning like that?
Because I am a Cheshire cat.
I didn't know Cheshire cats could grin. In fact, I didn't know cats could grin at all.
They all can, and most of them do.
I don't know any that do.
You don't know much, and that's a fact.
If you please, Cheshire cat, could you tell me which way I ought to go?
Depends on where you want to get to.
Well, I thought I wanted to go to that pretty little garden, but I'm becoming so tired, I don't care much where I go.
Then it doesn't matter which way you go.
Oh no, please come back. I do so want to go somewhere.
Oh, you're sure to do that. If only you walk long enough.
What sort of people live around here?
In that direction lives a hatter, in that direction lives a March hare. Visit either you like. They're both mad.
But I don't want to visit mad people.
You can't help that. We're all mad around here. I'm mad, you're mad.
What makes you think I'm mad?
You must be, or you wouldn't have come here.
I don't think that proves anything at all.
Believe whatever you like. You play croquet with the queen today?
Oh, I'd like to very much, but I haven't been invited.
You will be.
That's the most curious cat I've seen in my life. Oh, I would so love to play croquet with the queen. I wish he told me which way to go. I'm so lost, so lost. I'll just wander around forever. I'll just wander around and around.
Twinkle, 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 little bat. Ah, the large hair! What a pleasure, what a delight! Welcome to my little tea party.
How very thoughtful of you.
Now you sit right there. Oh, no, 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 no. Absolutely not. That will never do. I stay there. I bet right here. Oh, so sorry. So dreadfully sorry. I meant right here. Dormouse, how kind of you to join us. You may sit in the teapot.
Not at all.
No? Well then, you'll do quite nicely as my pillow. Did you squeak? Mustn't complain, Dormouse. No complaining in my tea party. Now puff yourself up and try and stay awake. That's better.
Oh, a tea party. I'd like to have some tea.
No room.
But there's plenty of room.
some juice.
I don't see any juice.
There isn't any.
Then it wasn't very civil of you to offer it.
It wasn't very civil of you to sit down without being invited.
I didn't know it was your table. There are all these places set and only 3 of you.
Why is the raven like a raven vest?
Riddle. I love riddles. I believe I can guess that.
So, do you mean that you can find the answer to it?
Well, yes.
What day of the month is it?
The 4th.
2 days